All right, so I don't track carbs. I don't track carbs. I don't track calories or any macros or anything like that. So how many carbs I eat in a day, I couldn't tell you. What I could tell you is I carb cycle. Basically based off how active I am, what my workout looked like that day, I might eat more or less carbs. It could range as low as 100 grams of carbs in a day to as high as 500. It just all depends on what I did that day, what I'm trying to do, as far as, maybe I'm trying to lean out or put size on, whatever. And what I also do that's probably not super common is I usually always carb backload, meaning I always eat my carbs in the second half of the day. So I usually don't start eating carbs until 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and usually done eating around 8 o'clock at night. So there you go. So there's not like one best exercise for biceps. A good exercise for me might not be a good exercise for someone else. Like me and my brother, perfect example. I have much longer arms than my brother. So, depending on leverages and stuff, different exercises will play differently. I will say, just make sure you're generally strong first. Like you shouldn't be trying to grow your arms if, your whole body, just compound movement wise, you're weak. Focus on getting strong first. And then once you're strong enough, you can earn the right to start to, want to focus in on more specific body parts to try to grow them. Outside of that, once you're strong, if you already are strong, don't be afraid to train your arms heavy. I think a lot of guys stick in those higher rep ranges to try and chase a pump. And I think that's a mistake, man. So don't be afraid to work in that 4 to 6 rep range on arms, keeping the form respectable. Don't get too sloppy. So I've played around with my supplementation regimen over the years. And right now I probably take about the least amount I've ever taken. Good protein powder. I take some glutamine, I take a multivitamin, some vitamin C, vitamin D. But now that it's summer and we're chilling in the sun, I usually cut that back a little bit. I'll still take it, but not as much as I do in the winter. Magnesium, and I think that's probably it. I think that's all I got about right now. But I also have a video on my YouTube where I kind of break down a lot of the supplements that I've taken, over the years, what the benefits are, and I'll link that in the next story slide. All right, so this is a loaded question because it all depends on what's causing the pain. Could be something as minor as some inflammation, muscle imbalance, or something could be torn. So first thing you gotta do is go to some sort of physical therapist or something to figure out exactly what the issue might be. So it's not something you can really answer in this forum. But definitely first thing to do is go get it checked out to figure out what the issue is. And then if it is something that, you can do on your own that doesn't require surgery or anything like that, I would definitely go and check out my man, Ben Patrick, the knees over toes guy. I implemented a lot of his protocols for knee pain for myself, and definitely helped me out. I think his stuff is gold, so I would go and check him out. So progressive overload is essentially how you're going to get better. In most instances, people think about it as just increasing the weight that you're using and just increasing the weight on the bar over time, which in most instances, that's what it's going to be in the beginning. But you can't just slowly increase the weight on the bar forever, because you would just be the strongest human ever if you could do that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So, eventually you have to switch it up. It could be the same amount of weight for more reps, could be, the same amount of weight for the same amount of reps, but a slower tempo. There's a lot of different variables. It could be same amount of weight, same amount of reps, but with shorter rest periods. So now it's the same amount of work in a shorter amount of time. There's a lot of different ways that you can progress things without necessarily just being weight on the bar.